Hey y'all, random video. Let me see. Let me see if do I have to cut it off to make it work? I guess not. It's showing green.
2 very boring minutes later.
I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to go with it. Listen. I hope it's working. So I can get my hands free so I can keep doing this. Y'all see the title. A couple of things. I'll get this one out of the way first because this thing is then popped up. Y'all know with it's not really about Kamala's VP pick. I could give a crap less if anybody vote for Kamala or Trump, or they can vote for Mickey Mouse. I don't care. Cause I'm gonna keep the wheels rolling one way or another. But the Sergeant Major of the Army, now let me set it up. There's a lot of people that weren't military that decide that they know more about life in the military than the people that was in the military. Basically, some media talking heads was trying to jab at the Command Sergeant Major of the Army. Okay, he's the top NCO in the Army. Nobody in the enlisted ranks is above him. Everybody is below him in enlisted ranks. And yeah, even though officers are supposed to be, I'm quite sure there's a whole bunch of officers that will cower in his wake. Okay. And he said something which is true. And I know it by experience. But a lot of us that actually travel, I got to be careful because I got a comment removed here. They won't tell me what I said, but they said it was a, what do you call it? Like bullying or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what the hell I said. But they say it was a comment, and I need to be careful because I can get a community strike. But I be looking at the comments. People be putting SHIT and mofo this and blah, blah, blah. And I don't talk like that. I don't talk like that. And people, you mofo, I'll come over there and I'll pull a Bill Cosby. I'll flam your filth and foul and blah. So, anyway. Oh, and Philip, your computer is done. Monday, it's going to FedEx to get shipped to you. It is done. Okay, I would show it to y'all, but it's already boxed up and everything. I ain't even think about shooting a video like I done on the other two, before I crated it up. I'm sorry, y'all. My bad. I need to get better at that. He said, I have a lot of combat experience, but I've never been to war. And civilians don't understand that. There's a lot of non-com soldiers and sailors and airmen and whatnot that don't understand that either. World War II, war was declared. Now we is up in the air on whether it was declared Vietnam. That was a conflict. Okay, it was a conflict, all right. 10-year conflict, and thousands of folks on our side died, where over 1 million on that side died. But so I ain't gonna argue with that. This was War II. This was, war wasn't declared. Okay, we ain't gonna go with that. I know men that's been to combat. Some of them got a lot of combat experience, a lot. But they've never been in a war. See, a lot of folks don't know you don't have to wait until a declaration of war. There's men right now with guns and equipment around the world in places that you would never even imagine. Or you can imagine it, but you couldn't verify it. Okay. If I wasn't one of those men at one time, I probably, I'm not the type that always like to talk shit about stuff that I don't know nothing about. So I probably wouldn't have said anything. I'd have my own opinions, but I probably wouldn't have said anything. But anyway, and some pencil neck, limp wristed, looked like he would lose to Pee Wee Herman, rest his soul, Reuben, he would lose to Pee Wee Herman in an arm wrestling competition, trying to give this man some guff. Dude, shut up. This man had done worse stuff in his sleep than you probably have in your entire life. Mogadishu, Rwanda, the Congo, Kurdistan, Panama, Honduras, Liberia. There's a couple, I'm gonna leave a couple other ones out. There was no war declared, but there was a lot of lead going back and forth. The two-way rifle range, as I like to call it. And trust me, incoming rounds have the right of way. They don't have to move around you. You need to move, okay? So I just want to say that because that's been burning in my gut. And, and with the internet, it flies around the world fast and they trying to, what he said in that speech and whatnot, that didn't make any sense. How can he say he's been to combat, but he's never been to war? This man's a fraud. Let me tell you something. I don't know why I'm leaning down like I'm getting closer to the microphone when the microphone is on my shirt. Ignore me, y'all. I'm stupid. There's a lot of men that are in 4- and 5-letter military operational units that's never haven't traveled under the declaration of war. There's men in places right now, that little gray hair look like something on my face. That's a hair. I guess the light catching it just right. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it looked funny. It looked funny to me. That are somewhere right now and they're doing OPSEC and getting their Frago ready and they doing stuff. So in your world, they don't count because your Presidente, team red or team blue, don't make no difference to me. You pick one. Hasn't declared war. Right now, there are men around the world doing stuff that you only think other countries do. But here's the thing. Right, wrong, or indifferent. Being hunters of the wolves, because you have people that protect the sheep and you have people that hunt wolves. And I always said, I've been saying this since I was in my 20s, I don't protect sheep. That's not my intent. My intent is to hunt and kill wolves. Now, if the sheep just happen to get protected by default, that's fine. I have no problem with that. Yay, sheep. I have no problem with that. That's not my intention. My intention is to hunt and kill wolves. That's it. And there's a lot of men that I know personally that we share that same thought process, okay? But the thing about the sheep, a sheep don't realize it's a sheep. And as good as a sheepdog, the better the sheepdogs are, The sheep actually grow up thinking that the wolves don't exist because they never seen one. They've heard stories, seen leftovers and whatnot, but they never got to encounter said wolf. So what happens is the sheep kind of diminish the sheepdog's importance to their lives, to their safety, their everything. And some of them even get to the point that they live so good as a sheep that they'll say, well, do we really need this many sheepdogs? And I mean, we got 5 sheep herders and we got 1 dog for every 50 sheep. Do we really need that many sheepdogs? They really start thinking about reducing their own safety net because the sheepdogs are doing such a good job at keeping the wolves away. They really start to think that the wolves probably must not be that bad. Maybe if y'all let just a few wolves in so we can talk to them, maybe we can go back and forth. Ooh, bah, ooh, bah. You know, and we can find some common ground. And then you go, no, that's not how wolves work. We know, we deal with the wolves. They say, well, how do you know that? Well, you don't deal with the wolves. The wolves don't even get to you. That's what the sheepdogs do. So I'm thinking, even though I would never do stuff, because there's things I will think about that I wouldn't even I couldn't even see me doing, but I chuckle. I like to think about it and just have my own little inside joke. Sometimes I just wish I would say, man, I wish a couple of that wolf pack would find a chink in armor and get through and run through a herd of sheep for about 15, 20 minutes before we decide to spring into action and tear their asses out of the frame and get them up out of here. You know, y'all know sheepdogs aren't afraid of wolves. A sheepdog will attack a pack of wolves. And a wolf, now think about this, a wolf ain't a toy. People, lions and tigers and bears. There's lions, tigers, and bears in the circus. Juggling rolling, balancing balls on their nose, jumping through hoops and firing SHIT. You ever seen a wolf in the circus? Don't take sheepdogs lightly. Sheepdogs kill wolves, kill them, tear them smooth out the frame. Okay? Well, they were bred and trained for it. You're born with teeth and 4 legs and paws and whatnot, but some are more vicious than others, but most sheepdogs are not to be toyed with. And that's what I see going here, because there's a lot of people that really, like, they question us on the validity and the ferocity of the wolves that are clamoring to get to them as sheep. And they only realize the danger of the wolf when one gets through the line. And then them same sheep will say, why didn't y'all protect us? The same sheep that was whining about us being heavy-handed with the wolves. Why do y'all gotta go so far out? Why don't y'all just stay here? So if the wolves don't come here, there's nothing to worry about. Why do y'all gotta go way all these other places when y'all find out there's a pack of wolves over there and then try to destroy that pack of wolves? Because if we destroy them there, we don't have to fight them here. But sheep don't understand that. We gotta take that bite it, chew it, and swallow it, and poop it out and keep moving. The crap that come out of the mouths of sheep. Know what's even more disheartening? And I'm going to end on this because I ain't going to make this other video. I'm going to talk about the economy and the prices of food and all this other stuff. It'll be too long. What's worse to me than a blind sheep, than a dumb sheep, a sheep that just don't know how to shut up and just, you ain't got to thank the sheepdog. Sheepdog don't ask you for nothing. Just stay out of our way. When we move you from pen to pen, just move around. We ain't doing it because we ain't got nothing else to do. We trying to save your ass. What's worse than the sheep is former sheepdogs that's been retired from being a sheepdog or a sheep herder. They used to be sheep herders or sheepdogs, but they've retired. And instead of them, I can't say standing with, they start to think and act like the very sheep that they used to protect. Saying maybe the wolves ain't that bad, or the wolves were that bad when I was a sheep herder, when I was a sheepdog. But maybe the wolves then calmed down a little bit. Like they teeth and claws then got shorter or something. They don't run in packs anymore. Those are scary. I expect that out of sheep. But when I see it out of retired sheepdogs and sheep herders, that angers me a lot. That angers me real bad because they know. And a lot of them know a lot better than we did when we were in the game. But I'll stop right there. If you a sheep, just eat your grass. Be quiet. When the wolves come and we tell you go in the pen, just go in the pen. We ain't asking you to fight. That's our job. You sheep, we sheepdog, sheep herder. Now, I made a video years ago where I said, man, I think I'm hanging up my shepherd's crook. And I did. Technically, I did. I'm no longer a shepherd. I refuse to shepherd, to provide safe passage for sheep. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm the dog that controls my little circle and runs my pack. So as long I'm not going anywhere, I'm not traveling out, I'm not going looking, trying to find the remnants and leftovers of the wolves and looking for their tracks and poo and whatnot to come back and get a couple of sheepdogs and take them out there so we can hunt them down. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm the dog that's staying near my farm and my compound, and I'll deal with the wolves when they come. The wolves, I'll deal with the wolves that come, and but the ones that used to be sheepdogs that are now sheep, you on your own.